freaking out, but I'm gonna record right now. So basically we got our snowboards checked in just fine. It's 2 snowboards and a boot bag, and it was really easy. In Flying Delta, we just checked in both the snowboard bag and the boot bag for $30 flat, and I thought we were just about 50 pounds, which is the limit, but it was 39 pounds, so it's off by 11 pounds. So, but anyway, made it through security, all good. So now we're gonna head to the gate. Thank you. We're back at the room now. It's about 12:35 right now. We're gonna be in the slopes in about 8 hours, so that's gonna be sweet. But I wanted to take a minute to talk about our travel setup and how we got here. We had to fly out here, and so as you know, snowboarding, you need your snowboard, your big clunky boots, as well as various pieces of clothing and apparel, you know, outer shell, inner linings, gloves, beanies, you name it. So, you know, instead of describing it, I'll just show it to you. I got my trusty GoPro here. Hello. But here, check it out, it's right over here. So basically we got, the snowboard bag is the Decline Low Roller 165. I usually just ride a 152 centimeter, but the reason why I got a larger bag is so that I could fit extra stuff into it. I usually put the outer shell, the accessories, the gear, the gloves, the beanies, everything in there, so all my snowboard related gear is all in one spot in that big bag. And when you travel with airlines, their weight limit is usually around 50 pounds for the bag before they charge you more stuff. And so when I weighed that bag with all the gear in it, yeah, 2 boards, a set of boots, and a bunch of snowboard gear and clothing, it only came out to 39 pounds. So we had a lot of wiggle room to just stuff the crap out of it. So we were all set with that. Next to it is the boot bag. The boot bag is designed to be a part of the Decline Low Roller bag. It came with it, and you can pack it inside. But I decided, since, well, specifically, Delta Airlines allowed you to have both a snowboard bag and a boot bag separate for the same price. So I decided to remove the boot bag so I could maximize what I could put in the snowboard bag. So between the 2 bags, we were able to bring 2 full snowboard loadouts for 30 bucks. So I think for that, that's a huge steal. On top of that, I was able to bring a carry-on, any personal items. So between those bags and rucks, I had plenty of room to bring all I wanted to bring, and that included tech gear, that included shooting gear like this camera and the GoPro. Now for the personal item, I brought the In-Case EO travel pack. And so I won't talk about this pack too much because I want to make a dedicated video on travel loadouts in general. Anyway, that EO travel pack is invaluable. It's very spacious. I believe it's 28 liters, and it can expand up to 32 liters. It has the expanded zip that you can compress down like a typical carry-on suitcase, and it has the mesh cargo so that you can zip down your clothes or whatever that you might bring with you. That thing is solid. Oh, break time. Do you guys see that awesome chandelier right there? It's like moose antlers, and they just put some candles in it and plugged it in. This is awesome. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the travel side of all this. Of course, when you're bringing a snowboard, it's oversized baggage, so you gotta look up the special rules that your specific airline might have in regards to stowing snowboard baggage. The basic rule there is that you were allowed to bring 1 snowboard bag and 1 boot bag, and there's a total length that you gotta abide by. So if you look at the dimensions, you got length, you got width, and you got height. So those 3 dimensions combined can be a total of like 120 inches or something like that. You gotta check your specific airline for the policy. And on top of that, there was a maximum weight of 50 pounds. So if it's under 50 pounds, then they charge you the standard $30 for just the basic baggage. But if it goes over 50, then they charge you an overage fee for the weight. Aside from that, the bags just have to be TSA approved, and I believe that all these snowboard bags and ski bags, they're designed for this. They're designed for you to be able to check it in. So, and then And finally, just allow for a little more time. So the general rule of thumb that I follow is you want to be at the airport 1.5 to 2 hours before your flight, just because, you know, boarding starts half an hour before your actual takeoff time. They have some arbitrary time when they close the doors. They won't let you in if you're trying to get that last minute push to the airplane if you're running late. And on top of this, you can't just, you know, get your digital boarding pass and go straight to security. You still have to talk to the agent at the counter no matter what. So I would account for, you know, an extra maybe 20 minutes, depending on, you know, what time of day you're going. If you're going during the holidays, it's gonna be busier. And depending on how far you're flying, if you're flying to, you know, across country, or if you're flying internationally, then gauge the time that you might need for that. But basic thing I'm trying to say here is allow for a little more time to handle all the snowboard bag stuff. One last note about EDC in general when you're traveling or flying specifically is that there are just some things that may be integral to your EDC loadout that may not be allowed on your person when you're flying, or you gotta check it in. For example, I didn't bring my knife with me. It's a 3-inch knife, and in California that's the limit for length of blade, but on top of that you can't obviously bring a knife with you as a carry-on or on the plane. So alternatively, if you want to bring items like that, then you got to check it in. So in this instance, I could have put the knife in the snowboard bag and then just check the whole thing in, but I guess I didn't want to risk it just because I'm carrying the snowboard bag. It's specialized luggage, so I just left my knife at home. However, just keep in mind that there are some pieces of EDC that might be regulated by airlines and TSA, so just be mindful of the rules before you bring your EDC with you. One thing I wanted to go over really quickly is how I travel with my shooting gear. So aside from the 5-liter everyday sling that I have from Peak Design that has the adjustable dividers, I don't have a dedicated camera pack. And so because I didn't want to bring the sling this time, and instead I brought the in-case EO pack, I have this really cool divider system. Check this out. This is the Coolertron camera divider padded pack. So check this out. You have these 2 dividers here. It comes with a 3rd one that's Velcro attached into here. And so you can make custom dividers for what you want. I currently have my Sigma 10 to 20 in there, and also battery packs and chargers. I could put the whole body in here, 3 lenses. I have the 24, the 50, and the 10 to 20. And so I'm able to fit all 3 of those things in here, as well as stuff, you know, wires and stuff on the side. Everything is padded, it's thick, nice and padded, so you can make sure that if you drop it, or if you drop your pack, your camera is not going to be damaged. And the whole thing closes shut with this drawstring. And so what I do is I put this at the bottom of my pack where it has the rectangular base of the pack, and then on top of that I'll put, you know, the other stuff that I have, like the tech pouch. If you haven't seen my video on the tech pouch, I'll link it right here. And let's say I have a loose sweater or a hoodie, I can wrap that up and put it on top. The padding is what keeps all of your hardware safe, and so I love having this inside the in-case EO because it turns it into sort of a makeshift camera pack. And that thing was really cheap. It cost $15. I should probably check. Still checking. Almost there. Loading. $20, $19.99. So the Coolertron shockproof camera bag for $19.99 on Amazon. I'll have the link below. But it is an awesome way to turn any backpack, any pack, into a makeshift camera pack with, you know, its own dividers. You can customize it to your specific loadout and make sure that each compartment in the bag hugs your hardware well and keeps all of it nice and padded and protected. One feature that I really like about this thing is you can choose the color. So obviously the gut instinct is to go all matte black, all murdered out, but I decided to get it in orange because when you have it in the inside of your bag, when you go and reach in for your bag, it's not always well lit. If your bag is black and you look in there and all the compartments are black, then it might be hard for you to discern, okay, which piece of hardware am I fumbling around for? And so to have it bright orange, I know it's not immediately aesthetically pleasing, but the bright orange allows you to kind of see, okay, this is the body, this is the specific lens that I want. And when you've got different lenses in there, they're all similarly sized. When you're reaching in there, you can't exactly see what exactly it is you're reaching for. So bright orange is what I would recommend. Today's the day, I'm so stoked. Day 1 of snowboarding about to commence. We got everything set up. Got the board all tuned. Just need to get it waxed. Second board over there. Everything's all set up. I know it's messy, but won't be lit.
And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm in cold when you slide, when you come next to me. Yeah, I'm in cold when you slide, when you
All right, y'all. If you enjoyed this video, oh God, and you want to see more video about gear, everyday carry, and adventure, go ahead and hit that like button below and subscribe to follow me while I do more stuff and try and get off of this flat. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. What's up, champ? Last run. Let's make it nice and smooth and uneventful. Please.